Win!
Look shot!
Don't worry.
You have to aim for the right area on their back.
This one's mine.
The flashing parts are weak point.
All back in their defenses. Look shot.
Glad you have your uses.
How do you like being
I'll show
pounded
you how
into
useful
shape?
I can be.
I'll stop this charge.
Thanks, Isara.
This one's mine.
You picked the wrong
Inferno
fight.
crossing. Here's a
Megasonic thrust.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Hey, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished. That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Go no further.
Here!
Glacial Spear!
I'm not done! Here!
Freeze Lancer.
I'm not done! Here!
Take cover when it calls out.
Blade!
This one's mine.
Crush!
No armor. Stop hitting. Remind me to stay on your good side.
All right. Freeze Lancer. Going in.
Swallow Blade!
Hurricane
Megasonic thrust!
This one's mine.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
One more!
Glacial Spear.
Megasonic thrust! This one's all mine! Here! Not a chance!
Go in.
You're on!
A victory for the ages. Guess I misread the landing.
I won't forgive you. Hurricane Fire.
Look sharp. This one's mine.
Come and face
It's a
me!
duel of the arts.
Swallow Blade!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'm not done!
Glacial Spear.
I'm not done!
Look sharp.
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that.
Megasonic thrust! Not a chance!
Look sharp.
Thrust!
That's it.
You're mine!
Air thrust. Hurricane Blazer.
You're mine!
Now. Law. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Illuminate the dark. It's over. Hurricane Fire. I'm fully
Look sharp.
Megasonic thrust! Here I
Make it
come!
rain.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Sword and shield!
A classic combination. This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it? Wind?
Thunder field! Freeze!
Hurricane Frost!
Hey, one at a time!
Going in!
It's almost too strong.
Radiant
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Race on fire!
Mega
Do it!
Reload. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Well, looky here.
Out of our way!
Megasonic thrust.
How about this?
Damn it. Swallow blade.
If it cools up, time to get out of the way!
They're all coming after me! Leave the enemies out to me!
Sheila, can you take care of
I
that?
think we can get through here!
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Keep charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you. Not a chance. Here.
Dance in the wind!
You're mine. You're finished. It's on.
Hear me!
Take this. Prepare to be speeded.
One at a time! Tunnel! Magic is there! Air thrust!
Here.
Light extra energy!
You're mine. Here I come. Here.
Looking fearsome, Rinwell.
You must be rubbing off on me.
Let's kick some ass, kid.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Get lost!
Megasonic thrust.
Get behind me!
Swallow blade.
Swallow blade!
Illuminate! Come forth!
You're finished. Swallow blade.
On guard! One more! Tiger blade!
We got flyers.
I've got this! Let him march to handle it!
You're mine. All yours. I'm not done. Swallow blade.
Glacier field!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? As impressive as always. No, I mean you're even better than ever. Whew, looks like we came out on top.
We just need to make sure we stay there.
Right, and without totally overdoing it. This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Ignite.
Where are you going? On guard! One more!
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Here I come. I'm not done.
Right here! I got you! On guard! That's it! Far enough!
Megasonic
On
thrust.
guard!
You're mine.
Thunder
Swallow
blade!
blade. Megasonic thrust.
Going in!
Megasonic thrust.
Lunar blast! I'm almost up! On guard! Take this!
Here I come.
Do it!
No escape.
Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory.
My turn.
Naturally.
Swallow blade.
Lunar blade!
Swallow blade.
Get toasty!
Bird strike.
With this, I can become even stronger. crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Doreen. I would have figured rocks and plants would be... too different for you to handle both. Time to let it rip! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
On guard!
Swallow Blade!
Healing art!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Ruin Kick! Here! Stop! Severing Wind! Stardust!
Now! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot!
Now!
This one's mine!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
We're in for a long slog with this one!
Eat this!
Inferno Crossing!
Megasonic Thrust!
Here!
Here!
Water! Hear my
Glacial Fire! Severing Blade! Hurricane!
The flashing part's their weak point.
You're mine! Severing Wind! Try harder!
Going in! Inferno Crossing!
Severing Wind! Strike!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Wind!
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in...
We're in for a long slog with this one! Inferno Crossing!
Try harder!
Their hide and seek is armor.
You wanna play? Come out!
Hear my call.
Megasonic Thrust!
Here!
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Hurricane!
Freeze lancer.
Look sharp!
Here comes
Megasonic Thrust!
illuminate
You're mine.
hurricane force.
Megasonic Thrust!
One more!
Thanks!
Hurricane!
Severing Wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hurricane
This one's all mine! Pierce!
Switch to offense!
How's everything on your end?
Quiet.
Megasonic
Well,
Thrust!
right after I silenced them.
Oh, Kisara.
Blade!
You're so dependable. I thought you were more defensively minded.
Defense via threat elimination.
So the get toasty.
Burst Strike!
Here, let me help.
Shield! Win! We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Sion actually
it
work.
work.
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Dougal? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it!
Swallow blood!
Hurricane!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Here!
Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Feel!
Down! Your arms! Flaming meteor!
Here!
I'll heal you all!
Megasonic thrust!
This one's mine!
Swallow blade!
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
Tiger
I'm
blade!
sorry. We'll be there.
Inferno crossing!
Alright!
Swallow blade!
My head's spinning just one better!
Magic is there!
Flaming meteor!
I'm out of ammo!
Megasonic thrust!
Lightning!
Severing wind!
This one's mine!
Swallow blade!
Hurricane!
Megasonic
This
thrust!
one's
Here
mine!
I come!
That's it!
No escape!
Hurricane! Let's keep up the pressure! This one's mine! One more!
Take it!
Sleep now!
It's over!
Get on in there with me!
You're mine!
Hurricane!
Supernova!
I'm gone!
Megasonic thrust!
It's weakened!
Megasonic thrust! This ends
Here!
now!
Going in! Over the stockpile!
Going in! Leave the torch to me!
Here I come!
Let's go! Here!
Megasonic
Now!
thrust! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lunar blast! Back into the fray!
Going in!
Hurricane! Graviton field!
I'm gone!
Megasonic thrust!
Hurricane!
Swallow blade! Megasonic
one's
thrust!
mine.
Pierce! Pierce!
Shining supernova! Raging cascade blaster!
Severing wind!
Sleep now!
Flaming meteor! Inferno
It's
crossing!
over!
I'm gone!
No escape! It's over!
Alright!
Pierce!
It's
Hurricane strike!
Lunar
Go in.
blast!
One
Go
more!
on.
Mega ray! Let's get you all
It's
tucked
over!
away.
Burn!
Now for something
Here!
Hurricane strike!
Healing
Their
word.
lights were interrupted!
Holy Lance! Healing flame
Here.
of fury! Burning strike!
You're mine!
Glacial punch! Tiger blade!
Steel force! Healing circle! Light axe lightning gem!
So you came to my rescue again.
Illuminate the
You need to be
Alright.
careful.
Here I
With the
come!
blazing sword
Done!
and with my thorns.
Shion.
It looks like you've got this one covered.
Megasonic
Piercing
thrust!
roar.
You're mine!
Raging storm! Got it! Power of water! Now got sand!
One more!
Megasonic thrust!
Here goes! Magic is air! Air thrust! Graviton field! Mega ray!
Inferno crossing! Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here come more!
We'll just have to keep fighting.
An
astral point?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Eternal devastation!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope no improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
You may be
I've
strong,
never seen Shion
but I'm
actually
no.
look frustrated.
No more
Get
flame
here.
knife! Come on! Ready to go! Air thrust! Light acceleration! Air thrust!
Not done yet!
Reload!
Megasonic thrust! Take this!
I let my guard down.
What?
Take this!
Lightning
Here.
annihilation!
I'm not done! Take
You're
this!
really, really strong, Alpin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you
Find
around.
me fury to be let free! I'm not done!
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Lidwell!
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Now!
Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help.
First aid!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem.
Here I come! I'm not done! You're my Megasonic Drop!
Going in.
Strike!
Inferno Crossing!
It's over! I could do without this pain.
Hurricane Strike! In here! First aid!
Okay, here I go.
Look sharp! Too much to handle? The power of lightning!
Alright,
Let me out! This'll come in handy.
Megasonic Drop! My turn!
Perfect room!
Here, let me help.
This one's mine!
It's over!
In a bind?
Tiger Blade!
how do you like being pounded into shape?
Will this help?
Denied!
Can't move!
Healing spell on my watch!
Don't leave me all alone.
I'll bring you back from death to this.
And just like that, I'm back in.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Megasonic Drop! Megasonic Drop!
Illuminate the dark! Come forward! Holy Lamb! One more time! Ready!
My turn!
First aid!
Now I can let
Laser ray! Gemini Aqua!
Tiger Blade!
Here!
Inferno Crossing!
Ready and ready.
This one's mine!
Here!
First aid!
I'll smash you!
Look sharp! One more!
You're finished!
Raging Cascade!
You can take this!
Here!
Sealed!
You're mine!
I'll be saving
Blast! Ready to go!
You're finished!
Astro Energy! Bananas, let's go!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Now!
Rumbo!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Here!
Hurricane
Here I come! I'm not done!
Now where was I?
Ha! No escape!
Hurricane Strike!
Take this!
Going in!
Swallow Blade!
Hurricane Strike! Sealed! First aid!
Megasonic Drop!
Wind!
Here I come!
Now through all!
Wind!
Lunar Arc!
Here I come!
Dance
It's
in the
over!
wind! Water!
Shattering my pieces!
Take it away!
You're mine!
Holy Lamb!
You're finished!
Now, lock! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
I owe you one for that.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Alpha!
Watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down! Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps,
If we assume...
I'd like to think so.
I can feel my precision improving.
Hey, is that it over there? Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Wait, the whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Elfin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Elfin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the...
How you holding up?
Did you know?
Can't sleep?
After everything we...
Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally I was different back then. But in that room with... Because until that moment, I thought of you as... But after that day, it didn't matter then. I didn't want to die and lose you.
Shion.
But then, I realized... I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who so I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that! You're going to jinx us!
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got
A name?
well, after all...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl.
I like it.
Not sure I...
Okay, people. And then, we need to figure... All right? Then let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You...
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this!
You okay?
Is everyone about ready? Lenegis is in.
Do you think anyone...
We may not have received a royal well.
I really hope we don't...
So now what? And if we're lucky...
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereign.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know. Hence my In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma. Whatever the ceremony's then the Renis hiding something of the...
It stands to...
Indeed.
But it's been a...
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less.
Thinking about what...
What in the world?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape,
Maybe when they sent the way.
But they wouldn't...
I would think the city...
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir.
So it is you!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dan?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim!
They're with me.
We're all waiting...
Avakir, listen.
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well,
I can well...
why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you.
I've no doubt...
You really...
So who's Far?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true,
they seem to be just as...
We need more.
While we're...
And don't forget about...
let's leave the...
Good idea.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a...
Right. Then we'll leave. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
What could be so
So,
Oh dear, whatever
You really have no...
would that I have. We have no but to my I believe
Your eyes do not...
as your the Ilkaris house.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the...
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that.
Yeah.
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Is everything okay? You look a little lost. Oh, yes. I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the I was hoping to avoid...
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. I thought maybe...
It's worth I shall go and...
You'd really...
Our lot in life is...
Oh, why yes, my lord.
Well, we've canvassed the...
With nobody, I mean...
But
Even if...
I won impulsive. Now that...
Well, yeah, to us...
Yeah.
If you're that... And look...
I didn't realize...
Tell me,
Yeah!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them, too.
maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena. If
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Gannett Harrows changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces.
That's what...
Right.
Guess that...
So, Alpha.
Yeah. Balsif and the others, they all had their...
Yeah.
I know, but at the same... So I...
You're saying that even if...
There's something I just...
What is...
The Crown in which case, the current Sovereign of Rena should be...
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfrikt Milgras, the former Lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfrikt whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming Sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the Sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, Sovereign or otherwise.
And that never...
In other words...
True, but if he...
You and me both.
With any luck.
No, you
Doe?
Faria.
I was...
But why are nothing to say? Even kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue...
Oh, of course. But let me tell you...
If killing me will bring you peace...
Dohalim! What the hell are you saying?
First, I have business... My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, you're just a
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
What's this thing? Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed enough. If they want to fight, they got one. Okay!
Water!
Take this! You're finished! Megasonic Thrust!
Their arms are interrupted! Split it open!
Be my guest! Severing wind! Here I come! Crush! Wind!
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that.
Wind!
Here!
Slash! Damage! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Illuminate
Swallow Blade! Severing wind! Wind! Here I come! Escape! Wind! Severing wind! Wind!
Here's the evil!
Look sharp!
Great blazer!
Wind!
Going in! One more!
Severing wind!
Healing circle!
Out of the way! I owe you one!
Annihilation! Wicked touch field!
We're not finished! Severing wind!
Hurricane Illuminate!
Severing wind!
Too much to handle?
Severing wind!
Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Those soldiers seem...
Yeah,
They weren't.
Indeed.
let's dispose of the trash.
Megasonic Thrust! Severing wind!
Water!
Wind!
Illuminate the
These ones can run rings around us.
Severing wind!
Inferno!
Severing wind!
Searing flame!
Megasonic Thrust!
Water, hear my call.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Thrust! Megasonic Thrust! Not a chance!
One more!
No escape! Slash!
Make it
Swallow
rain!
Blade!
I never miss!
You're finished! Severing wind!
Flaming meteor!
I'm not done! Start up! Megasonic Thrust!
Dance in the wind!
Here!
Sleep
You're
now.
mine!
How about this?
Wind!
More for the stop time!
Make it rain!
Bizarre! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Annihilation!
Inferno crossing!
Going in!
Inferno crossing!
Moon of resistance!
Look sharp!
With this, I can become even stronger.
thought it like this should be easy.
Hear me! Fury! Inferno!
Ignite!
Single pass on the hand!
Megasonic Thrust! Here I come! Slash!
I'll heal you now!
Flaming Meteor! Swallow Blade!
Inferno crossing!
Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade!
Pull myself together!
Megasonic Thrust!
Appreciate the help.
Illuminate the dark! Come forward!
Severing Wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning! Here's lightning condemned! Thunder!
Flaming Meteor! Not done! Pierce!
Annihilation!
Slash! Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade!
Evil! Illuminate the dark! Come forward! Holy land! Glacier Spear!
Megasonic Thrust! Take this!
Freeze Dancer!
One more! Swallow Blade! Try harder!
You're on! Shining Supernova! Raging Cascade! Healing Circle!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kitara.
Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
Inferno!
Going in! More for the stockpile! Hurricane!
Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Take this! Escape! Megasonic Thrust! Megasonic Thrust!
Inferno Field!
Swallow Blade! Megasonic Thrust! Slash! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning!
Megasonic Thrust! Here I come! Megasonic Thrust!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Engage now! Severing Wind!
Fire in the hole! Raging Cascade!
Wind!
You won't balance tank! Then you leave me no choice! Go for this one! You're only getting started!
Easy ensnaring to me.
Here, let me help you!
I owe you one. Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Try harder! Pierce through! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Sonic Thrust!
Illuminate the dark!
Sonic Thrust!
Holy land!
Sonic Thrust! Sonic Thrust!
An Astral Art?
That's my cue.
Pierce through!
Shut him down.
Pierce through!
Lightning condensed!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Come forward!
Megasonic Blade! You're mine! Wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Raging Cascade!
Look sharp.
Swallow Blade!
Inferno!
Pierce through!
Back into the fray!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Going in! Kitara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble. Everyone hanging in there.
Fang! You got spirit! Fang!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
I
won't show you any mercy! Now you'll
This one's mine!
Damn it, finish!
This one's mine!
One more! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Flaming meteor!
Sonic Thrust!
This one!
Sonic Thrust!
Going in!
Sonic Thrust!
Another
Demon Fang!
Going in! This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
On guard! Healing circle!
Demon Fang!
Imperial
Demon Fang!
Sleep now!
Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Demon Fang!
This one's mine! Raging Storm! Inferno crossing!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making...
An opponent like this should be easy.
Flaming meteor! Inferno crossing! Raging
As if the normal creepy crawlers aren't disgusting enough.
Healing
Demon Fang!
Look sharp! Mega ray! Appreciate the help! Blast in the wind! Air thrust!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Here!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Flaming meteor!
Demon Fang!
Hear my call!
Pierce through!
Spread! Illuminate the
Megasonic
piercing
Thrust!
inferno crossing! Look
Try harder! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
This one's
Pierce
mine!
through!
And that's my will!
Sonic Thrust! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Oh, Violet. Going in!
Demon Fang!
Crossblade!
Demon Fang! Pierce
Now!
through! Demon Fang!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
Look sharp!
Demon Fang!
Lightning Hurricane Strike! Raging Cascade! Attack
Sonic
here!
Thrust! Pierce through!
Over the stockpile! Another
Demon Fang!
Demon Fang! Going in!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane
Pierce
Strike!
through! Demon
Look
Fang!
sharp! First aid!
Pierce through!
Dance in the wind!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Pierce through!
Saving this one!
Sonic Thrust!
Hurricane Strike! In here!
Will this help?
I'll be saving this one!
Sonic
Healing
Thrust!
circle!
Demon Fang!
Lightning condemned! Thunder blast! Hurricane
Demon
Strike!
Fang!
Downfall!
This one's mine.
Sonic Thrust!
Switch it out!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Take this! Lightning condemned!
Pierce through!
Thunder blast! Here's a
Demon
healing
Fang!
Going in!
Sonic Thrust!
Do
Demon
it!
Fang!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
I felt better, that's for sure.
Little help! Let me help!
Demon Fang!
Clear
through! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Here, let me help! It's like trying to keep up with the
Pierce
wall!
through! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Will this help?
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Healing circle!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Appreciate the help!
Sonic Thrust!
Blood fight! Look sharp! One more! Illuminate the dark! Holy Glyph! Holy Lance!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Blood fight!
Look sharp! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Inferno crossing!
Look sharp! Demon Fang!
This one is mine!
Demon Fang! Pierce through!
Look sharp! Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind! Hurricane
Good!
Here's the evil! On guard! I'll be
Demon
safe
Fang!
this way! Lightning condemned!
Demon Fang!
Thunderblast! I can do
Try
it!
harder! Demon Fang!
Piercing
Demon Fang!
Holy Lance! Sweet dreams!
I can feel my power growing! No choice!
Illuminate the
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Holy Lance!
Lock and load! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
More with that kick!
Demon Fang!
Damn it!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Going in! Air thrust! Do it! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Lightning condemn! Radiant pierce! Thunder!
Release! Fire support!
Holy Lance! This one is mine! Pierce evil!
Listen!
Piercing roar! Lunar corruption! Sleep now! Lunar blast! I'm on the fight! This one's mine! More with that kick from! Going in! Sleep now! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Make it rain!
Water! Hear me! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Looks like we got them all.
Hi, Hoodle!
Demon Fang! For my lord! Demon Fang!
Here's the
Demon Fang!
hurricane! Healing circle!
I'm going in! Demon Fang!
Radiant pierce!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Sighted! Hurricane! I'm only getting started!
Demon Fang! We're not finished! Thanks.
I'm ready for the next battle.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control bugles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Dougal, then we get some answers.
This one's mine! This one's mine!
Far enough!
Radiant
Take this!
Here goes! I'm Supernova! Raging
Rescue!
Fresh!
Demon Fang!
You're mine! Hurricane!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Inferno crossing! Psychic! You're mine! Lightning orb! More time to stop!
Demon kill! Demon plant! Demon plant!
Here!
Sonic thrust!
Hurricane
Pierce
strike!
through!
First aid!
Burn in hell!
Air thrust!
I'm gone! Demon plant! Demon plant!
Holy land!
Ready and rare!
Inferno crossing!
I can carve through armor!
This one's mine! Here! Hurricane strike!
Demon plant!
That'll bring you down!
Demon plant! Try harder! Demon plant!
Healed!
Mega Thunder! Demon plant!
I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friend!
Lightning condemned!
Demon plant! Coming
Need to
through!
pull myself together.
Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Train harder.
Here, let me help. Illuminate the first aid!
All mine! Demon plant! Demon plant!
Downfall!
Sonic thrust!
Damn it!
Demon
Do it!
plant! Jump!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm all stopped up! Wind
Demon
action!
plant!
Illuminate the
Pierce
blade!
through!
Anything in order is all mine! Holy
Hook shot! Sonic! Demon plant!
It's weakened! I can handle it!
This ends now!
Demon
plant!
This one's mine! Dance in the wind!
Here it comes.
Focus! On your toes, everyone! I'm out of ammo! In here! Healing
Demon
fire!
plant!
I got you.
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Need to pull myself
Sonic
together!
thrust!
Rise
Pierce
and
through! Demon plant!
Going in! One more!
Pierce through!
How about
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Demon plant!
We're coming!
Demon plant! Sonic thrust!
Lunar Breath! Light after here! Let me go! First aid! Meteor!
Burn!
I'll bring you down! That's it! Crossblade! I'll use the wind! Sleep not on my watch! Hurricane strike! Healing circle! Lightning condemned! One more!
Demon plant!
You're
Sonic thrust!
I'll cut back you! Holy glimmer! Lightning!
Sonic thrust!
Holy land!
Mega Sun! No further!
I'll hear you all!
Meteor!
I'm almost impressed.
My praise comes from you.
I said almost. Don't get
Try
carried away.
harder! Demon plant! Pierce through!
This one is mine.
Sonic thrust! Demon plant!
Illuminate the sun! Glacial fire! Holy land! Hear my call! This one's mine!
Demon plant!
The flame of fury! Burning! Lightning
Sonic thrust! Demon plant!
Lightning meteor!
Ready? Instant attack!
Right, watch out!
Sonic thrust!
Magna ray! Lightning condemned! Hurricane!
Demon plant!
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Healing holy land!
I owe you one.
Hurricane strike!
This one's
Lunar
mine.
piercer! Ready! Water! Going in!
Eat this!
Demon
plant!
I'll bring you down! Hurricane strike!
Far enough.
Will this help? Not in your dreams!
Demon plant!
Do it! For the win! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight in the same...
You're wrong. As for but that's why we're...
I'm glad we could stop Faria without... hurting... her.
You all did much for her as well.
Do you think Faria was really being...
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion!
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally.
That vision...
Soon, you might very well learn the truth behind you. I have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can... Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
We should go through that room some more before we move on.
This
A laboratory
looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might...
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't... Whoever the...
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or
These are experiments. A composite being capable of controlling the creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a code name.
Sovereign!
Wait, there's more. Research into utilize that must be the master core. With all this
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are not to mention the fact that the contenders to in other words.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names. With the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number Alphen.
They re-engineered...
Alphen.
It's fine, really.
Test subject number 1010, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone...
He's the last...
But what about the...
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena, and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, but according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The Crown
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests, meaning that for the past 300...
The Red Woman.
It's possible. But she could be working...
Either way...
What about the data records?
Not that I can see. There's nothing here So this is what... Only...
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But doing this will grant you even the slightest chance. I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded...
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself. Reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Pierce through!
Look shot!
Demon Fang!
Flame!
Try harder! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Inferno
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Pierce!
Flaming meteor! Lightning rage!
Demon Fang! Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
Armor won't save you!
Demon Fang! Ignite! Demon Fang!
Far enough!
Demon Fang!
shuffle!
Holy Land!
This one's mine!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Tiger Blade! Never miss! Hurricane Strike! Thunder Blade!
shot!
Illuminate the dark!
This time!
Holy Land!
Not today!
Switch to offense!
Demon Fang! I owe you one!
On guard!
Demon Fang! This
Piercing roar!
Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
By the power of water!
Demon Fang!
Not on my watch!
Take this! Tiger Blade!
Sonic Thrust!
Hurricane Strike!
Pierce through!
Can't get out of this!
This one's mine!
I can carve through armor!
Demon Fang!
I'll be safe!
Demon Fang!
Lunar
Pierce
Corruption!
through!
Hurricane Strike!
Severing Wind!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
Flame of Fury!
This one's all mine!
Glacial Spear!
Ignite!
Burning
We'll
Fire!
handle
I
it.
will do this all day!
Far enough!
Sonic Thrust! Demon
Healing
Fang!
Strike!
Look sharp!
For the stop sign! Lunar Corruption!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Mine!
That'll bring you down!
Hurricane Strike!
Going in! Lunar Corruption!
Sonic Thrust! Hold nothing back! Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll cover you!
Anything in order is all mine! Slack Soul!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Switch to offense!
Holy Land! Here's a healing arc!
Demon Fang!
Piercing roar!
Demon Fang!
Here I go!
Flaming meteor!
Not today!
Water! Hear my
Inferno!
prayer! Dance in the wind! Red! Field! Here, let me I'll be saving this one!
Demon Fang!
Time to shine! Leave the torch for me!
Raging Cascade! I'll heal you
Demon
all!
Fang!
Magic is there! Not on my watch!
Flaming meteor!
Demon Fang! Pierce through!
Hurricane Strike!
Photon illuminate the dark!
Demon Fang!
Great shield!
Pierce through!
Appreciate the help!
Sonic Thrust!
Look sharp!
It's on!
Glacial Spear! Now you see what I can do!
Dig on!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc! Illuminate the
Dirt! Burn!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
I'll heal
Demon
you all!
Fang!
You could use a
Demon
hand!
Fang! Pierce
Raging
through!
Storm!
Sonic Thrust!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike!
I'll heal you all!
Demon Fang!
Raging
Switch
Cascade!
to offense!
Here's a healing arc!
Flaming meteor! Appreciate the help! Hurricane
Demon
Strike!
Fang!
Going in!
Demon Fang!
Gemini Aqua!
Demon Fang!
Anything in order is all
Lightning
mine!
This one's
Now
mine!
you see what I can do!
I can handle it! Here! Far enough!
Demon Fang!
Nerf at the stop sign!
Eat dirt!
Glacial Spear!
Here's a healing arc!
Hurricane Strike!
I owe you one!
Their arcs were interrupted!
Not on my watch!
Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Starting wind!
Tiger Blade!
Down through all!
No further!
Here!
Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Field! Here I go!
Demon Fang!
Here! Here!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc! Air
Demon Fang!
Photon! Magic is
Demon
there!
Fang!
Flaming meteor!
I'll be saving this one! I'm out of
Piercing
ammo!
roar!
Demon Fang!
Photon flame!
Get up! You're on!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike! This one's mine!
Eat dirt!
That'll bring you down!
I can carve through armor!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Here's a healing arc! Hurricane Strike!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
Too late! You can't stay here!
I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah.
Is Volron...
We can but hope.
Those red women, could they be the...
What?
Whatever's stolen from us, the future's ours. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you...
Volron mentioned...
If that monstrous...
Yeah.
So this thing...
They have the Renaissance.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit. About Brennan's or Dan.
I didn't see that...
You've got spirit! Inferno swooping! Demon Fang! Can't get through! Demon Fang! So much for talking it out! Take this! Demon Fang! Fires before!
Here goes!
Demon Fang!
Farewell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Raging lunar hurricane strike! Raging
Demon Fang!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Coming through! Ha! No! Scarlet Inferno!
going in!
Demon Fang! Pierce through! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Damn it, Medic! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! It's on! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
Water!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Here's a healing switch to offense! First aid!
Demon Fang!
Sonic
Thrust! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Reload! Feel!
Tiger
Pierce
Blade!
through!
Hurricane, do it!
Demon Fang!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
I feel sprightlier than before.
I won't forgive you!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane!
Demon Fang!
Inferno!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Sonic target cross blade!
On guard! That's it!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike! Appreciate the help! One more!
Demon Fang! Sonic Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you! Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Piercing roar!
Sonic
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Water, where are you going?
Look sharp! Far enough!
Demon
Not
Fang!
on my watch!
On guard!
No further!
Watch and weep!
Hurricane Strike!
Gemini Aqua!
Demon Fang! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Photon Lightning
Demon Fang! Pierce through!
Look sharp!
Demon Fang!
That's it! This one's mine!
Pierce through!
Flaming Meteor!
Try harder!
Come forth!
Demon Fang!
Fled!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! First
I
aid!
owe you one.
Go get
This one's mine!
Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Hurricane
Sonic
Strike!
Cross! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Sonic Cross! Pierce through! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
In here!
Look sharp!
Pierce through! This one's all mine! Demon Fang!
On guard!
Pierce through!
One more!
Sonic
Down!
Cross!
You're all
Demon Fang! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
An opponent like this should be easy. Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
One more!
Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Going in!
I'll heal you all!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Demon Fang!
Lightning orb!
Sonic Thrust!
Damn it! Out of ammo!
Demon Fang!
Raging storm! Watch and
Try harder! Demon Fang!
Look sharp!
this world!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Reload!
Demon Fang!
Lunar Burden!
Raging Meteor! Inferno!
Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
Hurricane Strike!
Demon Fang! Demon Demon Fang! Try harder! Demon Fang!
Lunar Corruption!
Piercing Roar!
Lunar Blast! Watch and
Time to let it rip! Demon Fang!
Radiant!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd—
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the...
Thank you.
I guess you're not...
Indeed.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just... Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits. Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I could... In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my... How long have you known?
thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix, too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What? Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We're watching Dana die.
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right.
It's still too early.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more—
Perhaps.
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still...
Hey!
If they wanted to—
Shion!
I still can't...
Yeah.
Okay. That beam of... This place looks...
Huh? What's that? It's one of...
A red woman in...
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you...
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have
It can talk!
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 30...
Correct.
What is this place?
Before I answer...
We did not come to this place...
In that case, we can...
What do you mean, serve?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been identifiers detected.
Oh, goody.
Do you think we can—
Like it or not.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so...
A question. What is this Great Spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct.
A voice?
The voice...
Does that mean—
The true ruler of Rena.
Wait, back up. I'm not sure
Why not?
Maybe not.
Dana's will has—
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are... Even if we had previously been under the control...
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's greats. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegis are where so—
The greats, as a result—
Is that why the crown contest is...
Indeed. And it was to that end that we had the initial...
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged.
Correct. That is why we...
So that was the real purpose, but this is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't...
First,
A request?
I wish for you...
I'm sorry, did you...
I did.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, if nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning?
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill—
No. As such...
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer...
Others?
I am the only...
Hey!
It's no use.
You can't...
To be honest,
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh.
Are you a Renan?
The Overseer told us to answer any questions, but be quick.
What a weird guy.
he must have meant Hevrek.
And what was that about subjects?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Have you guys lived up here in...
Yes.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure.
Do you know anything about us?
If you mean...
It feels like our whole...
Seriously. Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah. Everything...
Right.
Oh,
She...
You...
I still...
I apologize.
Well...
What about you? Well, is everybody ready?
I am. I don't care who we're...
so if the Sol...
Do you have your...
We want to ask... You're asking us to... You must have something up...
The Great asked... Rather, it's therefore...
And how are we supposed to destroy...
By using the... You will also need... Using their power...
Hold on. That sounds a lot...
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually...
By my calculation...
What will happen?
Any matter can...
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit.
What are our...
Man, is it too much to ask for Hefred 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear.
Is the Renaissance...
Shion, couldn't we make...
I'm not sure...
Back in collapse?
Except after... Besides...
Hevrick,
You're prob...
You still thinking about what the science...
I am. But
you're worried about the future of the
the fact that our...
But you still intend to confront...
Well, even as I dream of retirement...
I'm sure you'll do...
Now that I think...
I'm no saint. I have... But you changed... Thanks to your reform... Of course, but we knew that not all of you were like that. There were... When it comes down to it, Renans are just...
That is, in essence, the heart...
Yeah, it is. When you can pull... But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop...
I understand what you're saying. Realistically speaking...
Even if we can build a...
So you wish for people to form real bonds?
Yes, I do. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when...
Indeed I do.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope—
Yeah.
Well, alright.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You— what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're in a way—
What?
Well, like you said.
Yeah.
Effort 35 might know, but— So thanks, Rin. To be honest, I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because—
Huh?
Never mind.
Huh?
Saying, I don't remember.
Thinking?
No, that's—
Then spit it out already.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't.
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so...
Age is an age.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have... I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless...
Hey, Alphen. I want you to...
Yeah?
If we can't find the Rena's Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Rena's Alma back, you'll use the Blazing Sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the Blazing... but it's taken...
You can't think
Listen, that we don't know, I promise you, but if it comes down...
Okay, but you should know, I hope you...
Alphen, okay, I understand.
Thank you.
So it's a...
Yeah.
I remember how I felt the first time you... But when you reached... I don't have...
That's because I...
Even once you... But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to...
You think so?
I do, because...
No.
Everybody get...
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Our task is relative.
We're fighting for a new future for...
Right.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got...
Repairs on your...
Is that you, Hevrect 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can.
Sounds like some...
Maybe we should...
I have unlocked...
Warp drive?
It's possible that the...
Using the warp...
Wait.
You'll need to be...
So, once
We gotta go all the...
Will all the...
The extinction as such.
Can't that thing...
Well...
Hold on.
You heard the lady. Get...
I have one...
What?
As sovereign. Similarly, despite this, the two of you...
We exist because other...
You mean it is because... Why have you...
It's hard to...
All right, time to get back on the phone lines.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of...
You know what that means?
I guess this means we should...
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere.
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is... dead.
Then this must be the hollow...
You mean to tell me this whole world? The entire ocean?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after...
So arresting.
Back in its day, but after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone in past.
So the Great Spirit...
And it bound the Helganquil...
With nothing left here to consume.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is...
We can be sure that even these few remaining...
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, it looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the... So the idea's to... Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking? Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
I wonder what he'll get.
Hey!
You know, guys, when you...
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their...
Wait!
It's no use. We're not...
So they really are being...
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Megasonic Thrust! Demon Fang!
Going in!
Sonic Thrust!
Sleep now!
Demon Fang!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Pierce through! Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Pierce through! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Pierce through!
An astral arch?
That's my cue!
We've shut him down!
That'll bring you down!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
Here!
Demon Fang! Pierce through!
By the power of water! Annihilation! Annihilation! I'm all stopped up! Clear now!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, they're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Demon Fang!
Pull myself together!
Demon Fang! You're mine! Demon Stuff! Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Demon Fang!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! Raging Cascade! Gemini Aqua! In here!
Pierce through!
Going in!
Demon Fang!
Make it ready! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over.
I thought...
We haven't seen...
Just look.
Bad feeling about this.
Pierce through! Demon
Going
Fang!
in! Lunar Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Demon Fang! Sonic Thrust!
Lunar Corruption!
Demon Fang!
By the power of water! Lightning!
Prepare to be seized. Actually, perhaps found is more appropriate.
Let's talk in more duels!
Demon Fang!
Radiant Pierce!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Seal!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
You're really strong, Alphen.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Sonic Thrust! Inferno Crossing! Demon Fang!
Inferno Crossing! Now! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Demon Fang!
Not by a long shot.
Demon Fang!
Gale Force!
Pierce through!
Illuminate
Demon
the
Fang!
sun!
This one's mine!
Holy Glimmer! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
I wonder how...
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Airborne beast. My set. Radiant here!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Going in! Here's evil! Look sharp! That's it! Over! Annihilation! Reinforcements? This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! This one's mine!
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
This one's mine!
Here I come!
Do it now! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
More? Demon Fang! Struck! Demon Fang!
Going in!
Demon Fang!
Here goes! Hurricane Strike! On guard! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem!
On guard!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Alphen.
Demon Fang!
Laser spear! Pierce even! Going in!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
Do it! Look sharp! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! More Sukos?
Keep calm and take them down! Going in!
Take this! Demon Fang!
Water, hear my call! On guard! Raging storm! Hear me!
Take this!
Tiger blade!
Megasonic thrust!
Glacial spear!
Ruin
Here's
kick!
evil! Reinforcements!
Here I come! Demon Fang!
Blah, blah, blah!
Hold nothing back! Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Smell! Scarlet Inferno! More? Demon Fang! Please!
Now! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Think we overdid it?
Demon Fang!
Not by a long way!
Demon Fang!
This one's mine! Air thrust! This one's mine! Water!
Demon
Hear my
Fang!
call!
Demon
Oh,
Fang!
God, guarding wind! Cargo!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike! On guard!
Demon Fang! Take this! Demon Fang!
Oh, violent darting wind!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane
Take this!
In here!
Demon Fang!
More for the side!
Demon Fang! You're mine! More? Demon Fang!
Raging cascade!
Take this!
Do it!
Demon Fang!
Sleep now! That'll bring you down!
Here I come! Demon Fang!
Look sharp!
Make it ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Blah, blah,
More?
blah!
Try harder!
Going in!
Demon Fang!
Do this all day!
Demon Fang!
Mine! This one's mine!
Lunar Arc!
Demon Fang!
Make it ready!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Hurricane
Demon
Strike!
Fang!
Here's evil! Breeze Blaster!
Sonic Thrust!
Here's another!
Look sharp!
Hurrah!
Raging cascade!
Demon Fang! You're mine!
Inferno crossing!
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Strike! Look sharp!
Demon Fang!
In here!
You're mine!
Mine!
Demon Fang!
Hear my call!
Hurricane Strike! This one's mine! Look sharp!
Demon Fang!
Air thrust!
Tiger blade!
Light astral energy!
Demon Fang!
Thunder blade! Illumination! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Good to know my training is paying off.
Even in such a harsh environment is this? There are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true...
Don't get careless!
Demon Plague!
Don't tell me!
Hurricane
Now,
Demon Plague!
come and face me!
Demon Plague!
Water! Insects who stay on the ground.
Inferno Crossing! Demon Plague!
They got flyers!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Demon Plague!
This one's mine!
Demon Plague!
Need to pull myself together.
In here!
Here! This'll come in
Demon
handy.
Plague!
It's showtime! Fight it!
Demon Plague!
Look sharp! Reload! That's it! I'm out of it! Watson! Hurricane Strike! Mega Ray! Look sharp!
Demon Plague!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Demon Plague!
Power of water! Holy Glimmer! Holy
Demon Plague!
Rapier!
Demon Plague!
Going in!
Demon Plague!
Here! Lightning Cadet!
Demon Plague! Demon Plague!
Glacial Warrior! On guard!
Demon Plague!
Sweet dreams! On guard!
Sonic
Your
Thrust!
astral arc is truly incredible.
Every little bit helps, right?
Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing to be better as well.
Sonic Thrust! Demon
You're
Plague!
really strong, Alphen.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. As impressive as always.
Sure, I hope that was okay.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Demon Plague!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen.
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you.
Demon Plague! You're mine! Demon
Do it!
Plague!
Illuminate the astral energy! Full throttle! They really made us work for that one.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Hurricane
Demon
Strike!
Plague!
Gravitas Field!
Demon Plague!
Mega Ray!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Glacial Spear!
Sonic Thrust! Stop! Demon Plague!
In here!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Demon Plague!
Dance in the wind!
Demon Plague!
Air thrust! Photon flat! Only getting started! Back into the zero!
Your orb! Demon Plague!
I'm only getting
Demon
started!
Plague!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
In here!
Demon Plague!
Now!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Here I come! Demon Plague! Demon Plague! No escape! Demon Plague! Pierce through! Demon Plague! Demon Plague!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Alphen.
Demon Plague! Demon Plague! Sonic Thrust!
You don't have firearms here on Dana. I can show you mine if you like. That would be really awesome.
Make it rain! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
this one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
2 heads? What's not even fair?
That'll bring you down!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And can't handle me, can you? You're mine!
Demon Plague!
Hurricane Strike! Dance in the wind!
This one's all mine!
Demon Plague!
Easter!
One more! Photon! Illuminate!
Demon Plague!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Demon Fang!
Magic is
I've taken too many hits!
Demon Fang!
I can't hold on much longer!
Now I can let loose! Demon Fang!
Wind
Demon Fang!
Let's go! Light after raging hurricane force!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Demon Fang!
Hear my call!
Burn!
Oh, violent
Demon Fang!
Pierce evil!
Going in! Armor won't save you! Switch off!
It looks like you got this one covered! Get on in there with the others! Lunar Corruption!
Hurricane
Gemini Aqua!
On guard! That's it!
Where are you going? This isn't handy. Don't mind if I do. Gemini Aqua!
Demon Fang!
Guarding wind. Lightning now! Searing Blade! I can do this all day! Searing Blade! Reload! Psychic! Go!
Demon Fang!
I'm all here!
Let me help!
Not today!
Supernova!
Demon Fang!
Meteor! Inferno! Guarding wind! Carve now through all!
Megasonic Thrust!
Take this! This'll come in handy!
I could do without this pain.
Make it rain!
It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Ready and clear!
Naturally!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
With this, I can become even stronger!
Hey, new equipment!